Yo, it's the location. It's your boy Rome coming at you with that Snowfall talk. Yes, all my Snowfall fans. Snowfall, we're coming, baby. Oh man, Well, this past season, I'm diving right into it because this is just a lot. This past season, Franklin is finding out that the drug game doesn't last forever. You're going to have to make a decision one of these days, type thing. He's figuring out like, okay, I made all this money, and he's thinking, poor child, in the beginning of the season, he was kind of came to the season thinking, I can keep doing this forever. Have doing this shit on the side, funding this war, help funding this war, and still, got some realtor business going on, and trying to mask it as if he's, like a legit realtor or something like that. Nah. But the real beef I have with this past season was Jerome and Louis. His aunt and uncle. These two had no type of connections in the game, had no plugs, had no money, had no leads, no nothing, until Franklin put them on and put them in a position to succeed and get rich and capitalize. These guys are straight turning on him, bro. Okay, so not only are you trying to get out of the game, but you want to get out of the game from under Franklin's umbrella, and you want to be your own plug and go straight to the source, which is Teddy. What? Like, what? Like, how do you leave the guy that put you on the plug? Like, and they claim all day, oh, this is not going to mess up anything. We're just doing our thing. You still want to do it. Most of their business comes through them. They know what it is. They know what the deal is. So there you go. You have family betraying Franklin. Okay? Leon. The guy's really starting to get some sense, you feel, in this season. He's starting to kind of figure out what's his purpose. He's not feeling the game no more. He's not really feeling slinging these drugs, being the king of the projects. All that stuff used to matter to him. Now it's like, this is dumb. What am I doing? I'm in harm's way every day. I don't have a real future in this. So he's starting to kind of reevaluate things, and he's circling back to his first love, Wanda. Wanda's got herself together, not on that crack no more. She got it, working and doing stuff, she looking better. So he's basically now to the point where he's got to the point, okay, I want to be out the projects. I want to be out of LA. He wants to go overseas with oh my gosh. He wants to go overseas with Wanda and just live a life off the grid, pretty much, out of nowhere. So, as far as we know, that's what they're gonna do. This how it ended. But Franklin is not like, Franklin right now is, I feel his next move, he wants to be out the game, but he can't get out the game the way he's in it right now. He has to go out on a more smoother note, okay? He gets kidnapped in the movie, in this season. He gets kidnapped. He gets he saves Javi's life, from the guys, from all the from the Mexican guys who kidnapping him when they were lost in the hood, trying to hide their money and stuff. And then Javi, come on, Javi. He saved your life, man. He went back to that fucking dump of a garage when he could have went straight on by his business, where he escaped and did all the work to do it and all the thinking, where you were just sitting there tied up ready to just get killed. Okay? Now he comes back to save you, and all that saved your ass. And then you fast forward to the end of the season, your ass trying to you can't even tell him, you can't even come have his back, tell him where Teddy is, come set him up a meeting or something. You talking about, oh, good luck, my friend, and all that. Man, get out of here. I'm glad your ass got caught up. Please. I'm glad you got caught up, sir. I'm sorry. You try to go to your little storage room, get out millions of dollars. Nah. All them niggas came around. Bye. See ya. He's in the joint. Put his ass under the jail. Up under. So this what you get. This bad karma for your ass because Franklin had your back and you want to turn on him for no reason. When Teddy got shot in the fucking in the drug meeting and when they met up and Teddy got shot, he just dipped off and just dipped off of his ass. Fuck Javi. Javi could have died and Teddy would have went on about his married life. Would have went on about it. But nah, he felt so much loyalty to be given to him. So now it's fuck Franklin, and Franklin is you gotta figure it out on your own. Yeah, he was showing some sympathy at first, like, hey, you know, Teddy, should you be doing, you know, business with both sides of the family, which is Louis and Jerome and Franklin, you know, but he let Teddy tell him some bullshit, he let it go. Which, okay, it's none of his business, but at the same time, when Franklin needs you in a moment, anytime after he saved your life, you gotta give him that. You gotta give it to him. All he was asking was for you to tell him where Teddy was. You already trying to dip out of town, so why does it matter if you give him out or not? The guy who left you to die at a drug meetup that got shot up. Telling you, man, I'm telling you, if this season shows you anything, it shows you everything is not what it seems. Everything is not what it seems. And you know, I love the scene. I love the episode. My favorite episode was the wedding episode when the LSD got spiked in the chocolate. Everybody's tripping out. But really, that was the most important episode in the whole season because that was the episode that everybody really had that enlightenment. You know, they had that moment, that self-check moment of like, you know, everybody who was kind of lost and didn't really know where they was kind of direction they were going, they kind of found out in that little trip, okay? In that trippy moment. They found, you know, Leon really kind of, you know, realized he was still in love with Wanda at that moment, which led him to want to go overseas with her. Who else had a moment? Javi was tripping on the ground in the grass, rolling around and stuff. And Scully, the way he left that wedding, Scully was like, it's almost like he knew. You know, I don't know if he spiked him or what, but he went to that girl and he was like, why are you over here just to do the chocolate? You know, something like that. He kind of, that guy is just on a third, fifth dimension of, you know, knowing things, you know, so he felt something wasn't right and he dipped out early. But, and I guess he kind of let him trip because he was like, oh, they'll be all right. You know, they're just going to trip out a little bit. But, Franklin had the biggest trip, I would say. He had of course, he had the biggest trip. He just really came into terms of himself like, okay, you're not this great guy that you try to portray yourself to be. You're not this guy that's trying to be there for the people. You doing this because you were forced to it. Nah, okay. At this point, and you know, you're like, you choose to be in this. He's killed countless people to get to where he's at. He's had to let people go out of his life. You know, and he was coming to terms with all that, and he was just like, you know, he was like bodies. He was just like, he was having a big guilt trip, you know, and really the guy he was in the very beginning of season 1 before he even got this plug and all that, he was really a young man who was probably headed to college, you know. Probably, you know, he was going to graduate high school. He was probably headed to college, you know, and he was a guy in the neighborhood that everybody could probably point to like, yeah, he'll probably go to college and do something, you know, do something with his life, you know, get a good job, you know what I'm saying? So that's always been in him. That's probably why he's got that realtor part, you know, that, you know, the property business and all that, because he deep down wants to be a businessman, you know, and that was his way. That was his path to being a businessman, a legit businessman. That was his path to getting the money, was, you know, slinging coke. Can you blame the guy? That was his path. His mom didn't have money to put him through college. His mom was damn near get fired already in the first season from her job. Like, they had no money. All he had was common sense, and he, you know, just that's all he had, and a decent work ethic. But now it's fast forward to last season. Now it's he is to the point where he feel like he's made enough money, and like he was about to get out the game. He said he was done. He said he was done. And when Teddy cleared that bank account, oh, everything changed. That just turned it all around. I don't know what made him think. That goes to show you he still has a lot to learn. What makes you think Teddy don't have access to none of your money? He's a CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Okay? Central Intelligence Agency. You think this man can't find an offshore account? You think this man can't get inside your account and get some money out or clear it at that, which is what he did, and not get one type of trouble? He's not gonna get in trouble for it. Hell no. You're a drug dealer. He can do what the fuck he want. He can do what the fuck he wants to you because you're doing something illegal. Okay? And now Franklin has made a horrible enemy. He's made an enemy. You do not want to make an enemy out of the feds. And he has now. He has. What's next for him? I feel, by the looks of it, they're going to try to have a plan to take down Teddy. They had better, because he is going to make Franklin's life hell. And he had better get some type of revenge on Jerome and Louis. Because at the end, when he put that gun on Louis was like, if you ever come around me again, she's gonna kill Franklin. It's me knowing Franklin the way he's been these past seasons. He's gonna take that to heart, and he's not gonna forget. He's gotta off Louis, and Louis is all in Jerome's ear, having him. Jerome would have been out the game. Louis is the one that wants to be queen of the land and all this. Louis got to go. Okay? Louis got to go. Teddy's got to go. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's got to do it. And he's got to do it quick, or he will go down and Franklin will be no more. Can't wait. Location, baby. I'm coming.